We should be live.
The
We're
should
live?
be live or we are.
We are live.
Oh, Dakota called us late.
They're right though.
We are only
You see,
55 seconds late. Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary, welcome to the stream. Sorry, continue.
live.
To be fair, yes, we were having very many technical difficulties.
Yes.
Latte was just screaming internally for the next 5 years. That's why.
Yeah.
They say
because I
Kumar's
told them they were
preparation is
loud.
worse, but
Uh,
Okay, but Kumar, we spent 3 hours in a sound check.
I know we did not. You're exaggerating. I spent like 30 minutes. Or
I was
maximum 1 hour.
No, it was 3
Yeah.
hours. I swear.
I...
Thanks for including the non-binary. I was close to canceling you.
Oh.
Guys, hold the hashtags. We are not canceling Kumar the Koala.
I'm a streamer too, okay? I know my startings and my endings of my stream. Yes. But yeah, I was joking. You guys can start. I'm just a featured person.
For featured person, you sure do talk a lot.
Yes.
At this point, Kumar has more airtime than Latte and K.
And it's combined! Alright. Welcome to stream, everyone. Hopefully, my internet won't be so weird. It looks like I'm in the green. But
Crossing our
welcome to
fingers for
Write
that.
Your Destiny. Welcome to Write Your Destiny. We're gonna continue where we left off. We do have Kay,
Hello.
Latte,
so,
and Kumar once again joining us for this adventure.
Hello. Hey.
Before we start, because I need a stall so I can pull up my notes. How is everyone?
yes, just like going to class and you're like, where are my notes? Click.
click. Yeah, where did they go? How's everyone?
As per usual, nothing.
I think that's an answer in itself.
Still in the quarantine mood, I guess.
Gosh. Yeah, I mean, not much to do.
Not in this day and age.
Alright.
Yeah. You have your
Kumar?
notes?
No, go ahead. Kumar. This time you know the stream has started and I'm not just trying to be nice to you.
Um.
Am I really quiet?
I'm
Oh, is
adjusting
it?
the levels right now.
Hello.
Cuckoo.
Someone is too loud, and that someone is Kumar.
Why? Why is it me? I did nothing. I can lower it down if you.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I adjusted them a little bit, so if Matt could please let us know how it's going, or not,
Yes.
once we catch up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say.
Oh, I'm fine.
Fine?
Oh yes, I am fine.
What?
I'm a streamer, I say.
We're just nervous. It's an inherent.
Oh, it sounds
blood.
better. That was so out of context for me because the chat didn't load for me, so I'm like, is Kumar just being so narcissistic right now?
I mean, there's no difference. But yes, my day was pretty fine. Cough. It was a bit tiring though, but one part of the day it felt really nice. I was like just finishing one of my classes. I was like really weird and stuff, and after that, I was about to go to my house, but suddenly someone that I knew suddenly appeared like, "Oh, hello, Kumar. Let's walk." I'm like, "Okay, I will walk," and the walk was pretty nice.
With a Russian accent.
Just to hide their identity. It might be Didi, it might be Punch, but you still don't know who they are. So
I hope
yeah.
it was Kun-chan.
You'll never know. Cough, cough.
I feel like it is. Dee Dee's never around. That's why he's the empty boba cup.
Now thinking, actually, I saw both Diddy and Punch at the same time, and I was like, "Oh, Punch, Diddy!" And I like open my arms, and Punch just ignores me and just walks over me, and then Diddy is like, "What the heck?" And then someone else that is not both of them hugs me. I'm like, "Oh, it's fine, Kumar, I'll hug you."
See, in moments like this is where I feel like I'm the Kumar of the relationship, K Latte.
Hey, at least give Latte props, because she'll actually hug you.
I'll actually vibe with you depending on the day.
To be fair, I do make it awkward for Latte. No, K. Well, I do it both.
Thinks back to sending Tanjiro in chat.
Stop!
Gosh.
No, my Kokorogo brokey brokey. All right. I think we stalled good enough. So I do want to give a warning. So this is going to be a little bit more chaotic because we took away the push to talk from our lovely guest. Mostly just the guest. But so there's not going to be any awkward pauses when I finally give the prompts if they can finally catch up onto it. And there's not really a script because as I have been mentioning to my players, they don't stick to my script anyway, so what's the point in writing one?
Which is fair, but I think Jelly should have considered how overly cautious Kate is.
Okay, but also, you need to progress through plot. I just, every little thing, I would give a
what
lovely
if?
little nudge in the right direction, and you're just like, nah.
Just couple, but what if?
But what if? You never know unless you try. Okay. So from where we last left off, we were deciding on whether we would, I believe, figure out who is staying at the... Oh, what's the word for it? I forgot already.
An inn?
No. We went to the inn, and we decided that we didn't want to take the stay necessarily. We're trying to decide. And sorry. And we had talked to the bar owner. I remember we went to the tavern. Or not the bar owner, but one of the workers there. I already forgot his name. Yes, that's the T. Okay.
Oh,
And
we were deciding where to go if we were gonna split up into groups for like the library? Question mark? Or no, the church?
I think it was the church, and then we also found out that the people that put up that poster for our not narrator friend was or the people that put up the poster for our not narrator friend was put up by people with very not typical armor. And we had learned that they're staying somewhere kind of nearby, right?
Yes.
So that's what you were typing.
So essentially what had happened is we were told by the tavern worker, the barkeep, that there was a few people in town that looked like mercenaries, but not quite like mercenaries. There's something off about them. And we had the choice of either trying to figure out who they are at the river, essentially, or if we were going to go around town. But in that moment as well, you guys figured out that Isabel is the heiress to an entire dukedom.
Or at least looks like someone who is.
Yeah, as per the poster that you guys have found. Oh, you're right, Dakota. We will get there slowly but surely. If I can get them to follow the plot.
Kay will take this as a cue to be less hesitant.
Just because I do want to introduce you guys to the battle system that I've hinted at before. Like I said, we won't necessarily battle a lot, but I want to introduce that option for you guys. So yes, please. So Isabel's trying to process the information after learning that they are now probably someone very important in the kingdom. But something about the poster feels off. Just with the entire situation, as you guys have pointed off. You guys definitely aren't helping with the anxiety with finding out your her identity.
Oh.
Oops. Okay, anyways. So what's the decision that we're gonna make from here on? Are we going to go around town? Or are we going to find those mercenaries?
I don't think we want to find the mercenaries just yet, just because we don't know what their intentions are with her. So, although... Just suddenly picking a fight off. Picking a fight right off the bat, even though we know close to nothing about this Isabel.
That's fair. I mean...
We almost did that last time.
That's true.
Yeah, actually, you guys did actually almost start fighting, and I'm just like, wait, they're good people! Basically, everyone I've introduced you to so far have been nice people, but you guys are insistent on fighting half of them.
We get that close to fighting, but we still don't actually use the fighting system.
Oh my goodness. Alright. So, what's the decision we're making from here?
I guess can we investigate the mercenary thing but go sneaky?
You want to go sneaky?
But where would we go sneaky? We don't even know where they went. So wouldn't technically searching around town mean that we're also heightening our chances of finding the mercenaries too? Quote unquote mercenaries.
I figured the word. It's a mill.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the mill is what you're saying.
If you go that route, yes.
And we just have our hands.
I mean, you guys are free to have the conversation. Kumar's not saying really anything right now, but you guys are free to have the... You guys are going to make the final decision, and it's not me.
Well, I said I want to go sneaky.
Okay, so we're gonna go sneaky. I think Kumar is I see the circle. I don't hear anything.
Oh, that's so funny. Has Kumar been speaking the entire time, but we just can't hear him?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
Did you turn on push to talk?
Yeah. I turned on the push to talk, but I forgot that my mic was muted.
Were you saying anything the entire time, Kumar?
No, I just I did mention that the bar guy name is Fredwood.
Oh, Fredward. Oh.
Yeah.
You would remember Fredward's name.
Yes, I like Fredwood. He's a nice guy.
Dakota says, Kumar, fix your stuff. But not stuff.
Yes. But yeah, sneaky sounds fun.
So we go sneaky off to the mill by the river. Yes.
Yes.
Are we getting a definite yes?
Yes.
Yes.
How does
From everyone?
Hold on. How does Isabel feel about this development?
Still anxious. Despite it all, I don't think there will be a moment right now where I'll be calm, but this could mean answers sooner than later.
You sound fairly calm compared to your descriptions about yourself.
To be fair, when I tend to like be anxious, I tend to just like quiet down and shut down. So it's either no dialogue, I could just brush y'all off, or you could just go with it, Kumar.
Oh, okay.
That sounded very pain.
This is narrator son going off.
Okay, so
Like,
so
hold up.
We gotta go to the.
All right, so okay. So you guys decide to head towards the mill. It is a bit farther from the village itself. It actually is towards it's towards where you guys heading back in the direction that you guys were first woken up at, where you first found yourselves at. And you head a bit from that area, listening to the sounds of the river to help guide your way. You do notice as you're walking that there's not necessarily any definite footprints, but you can tell that the area that you're walking in is a commonly used route.
Good to know.
But not necessarily the route, like the actual trail. So, luckily for you guys, yes, there's a lot of shrubbery and foliage and trees, so there is a chance that you can easily sneak on by. And as you tend to sneak in closer, you actually start to hear voices inside of the mill. There's at least 3 voices that you can hear of. Like, you can make out 2 are men, and one's a woman's voice. And as you get closer, you try and listen into their conversation. Okay, this is going
Third on time.
So I may have been inspired by some of the people that we know personally for the names, but not necessarily. Just a disclaimer. The people mentioned are not supposed to depict specific people necessarily.
Oh.
So you hear a male voice, and he says, "We have Madius and Ronard putting up the posters as we speak. They should be back later in the evening once they make the announcement to the villagers." The second voice, it's a female voice. "We've come as far as the outskirts of the kingdom, just shy of the eastern borders. This should be good, yeah?" The first voice speaks up again. "We don't need to travel further, but the prince has made it a point to emphasize that we should stay in a village a few more days to wait for any news." And the third voice speaks out. And he does have a bit more of a sarcastic tone. "Great. So we finally get a vacation from the disgusting romance novelist search for His Highness's runaway lover?" You hear a bit of disturbance, like a small argument start to break out between them, just verbal, when it suddenly grows quiet. Aha, indeed.
Do they know we're here?
The female voice speaks up. "Not to alarm you, Captain, but it does seem like we have company with us."
Okay, something frantic.
With the announcement, the room grows quiet, and soon after, there's a shuffling before the door of the mill opens, and the small group spills out, with their guard up.
Can we flock away Isabel so they don't see her? At least not right away.
I mean, then what are they gonna do guys? Be like, "Why are you here?"
I mean, right now the situation doesn't sound bad. Because, they don't sound like they're out for blood or anything. But I'm curious as to what they're officially asking for.
I mean, to be fair, you guys are intruding on their conversation.
Yeah.
So, being like, "Hey, we saw this, and I heard like pulling out the poster that we got from the tavern, being like, "Hey, I was curious about this poster."
So you want to pull? So you want to hide Isabel and try to?
Hear what they have to say publicly.
Kumar?
So wait, did they already find us?
Well, they know we're
So-
there.
You guys aren't necessarily in line of sight. However, you guys will be found easily.
Okay. So they know that there are some presence around them, but they don't know that Elizabeth. Wait, was it Elizabeth? Their name? I forgot the
Isabel?
girl. Isabel. Yeah.
Oh, so you remember Fredward, a side character, but not Isabel, the main character?
Who cares about Isabel? You know.
I mean, Kumar has a better memory than me, so it's okay.
So they don't know that Isabel is here, but they know that there's some presence. Okay, and according to their conversation, there seems to be some love going on around you. I mean, it seems like I don't sense any
So I don't see.
hostility.
I don't
from
think there
them.
would be anything too wrong with showing that Isabel is there, since they would understand the
Yeah.
purpose of being there immediately, since we'd have her and the poster, and we can tell
But
they're not being
then-
hostile.
So we come full circle. We're selling people out again.
Nah. Okay, no one knows about the other one just yet. Though.
But then why is Isabel even outside or even missing in the first place?
Well, that's what we were trying to find out, right?
Yeah, because Isabel's
Yeah.
technically the same situation as us.
Yeah.
Just they happen to have their face on a poster. And apparently.
So I
are
think.
Hmm?
Yep. Continue. Oh. So I think it would be nice if we asked them how did they went, unlike why did they went missing or how they went missing. Like did they, like do they know that Isabel ran away on their own accord, or is it like suddenly they disappeared or something? Maybe that will give a hint about how we came to this world.
But
Yeah.
realistically speaking, do you think they give that information to just the people that found them?
Yeah.
If we ask nicely.
You're so hopeful.
If we
Kumar-
ask nicely and cute, you know, if we just have to like put uwu on the end and they're like, what the?
You're gonna bust out the oohs? Is that what I'm hearing?
Kumar, roll
Yes,
for charm.
He rolls a
yeah.
d20.
Oh gosh. I mean, I am ready for that.
He really took out.
I do have a dice for it.
I know you do. Oh god.
I got a 16.
Ah!
That's not bad.
Can he use that?
Wow!
So, we're
So
not-
when
guys,
we don't even need to use that. When we don't need the dice pulls up and for you. But when we do need them, they treat us like nothing. I see how it is. Fine, I'll let you do that.
So we're gonna.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
So,
but
hold on.
you have to speak with Uwu.
okay.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. It makes
Hold on,
sense for the
this is
American.
Talking
That's what
to-
you rolled for. Huh?
Hold on.
Yes,
but
yes.
We're not even. So we're gonna just go automatically along with Kumar being like, and okay. I
The
hate
dice
that this
said
is
yeah.
traumatic.
He rolled a natural d20, d16, so.
Do you want to try to roll against him?
No, I do not. I'm just like. So are we even hiding Isabel at this point?
From the sounds of it, I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, we could send Kumar with either myself or Kay out first to check, and then one person stays with Isabel, and if they read the situation to be safe enough, we can walk out. But. Nenkana.
It's up to you guys.
I could go out with Kumar to confront the people then, I guess. Since I don't think Kay would actually want to be physically there to listen to so
I mean, realistically speaking, they're in call with us right now, so they'd still hear it anyways.
At least I can save my in-universe persona from this torture.
Alright. Okay. So you guys decide to split off a bit. Kay is gonna stay with Isabel, and Latte and Kumar are gonna go up to the guards.
with the poster.
With the poster. Alright, hopefully you guys can pull off this conversation.
Oh no.
So as Latte
Alright.
as Latte...
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say something to Latte
Every
before.
time! No, go ahead. I'll let you
Okay, Latte. We go out there. If we're gonna have a normal conversation, and if something goes wrong, I gotta pull off the oohs. Okay, you gotta understand. If we ask nicely and if we be cute enough, they might be nice enough to tell us some stuff. They seem nice people, you know.
You know, and it's funny too because I just remember Kumar being in an entire 3-piece suit and he has a cape covering it. I just, you know that meme for the Sailor Moon. My job here is done. You did nothing.
Okay, actually holding her forehead over here or something.
All right. So Latte and Kumar break from the group in hopes of diverting the attention from Kay and Isabel.
Who are still in hearing distance, hopefully.
They are in the distance, but close enough for you guys to hear each other. And in the case that anything happens, they can pop out of the bushes with some branches, I guess.
I mean, a branch is better than nothing.
You know, that's true. And you guys slowly approach the mill. Oh. Hang on.
Oh, we got technical difficulties.
That means we got more time to plan out our plan.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Okay, so we're
right.
gonna try to figure out how to ask
Yes.
them discreetly. Like, oh, we saw this poster in town. Are you the ones that posted it, right? Yeah?
Yeah. Continue.
And then when we do that, and hopefully they help us out with some information, since we're like, hands up, we're not a threat, I promise. We just unfortunately overheard ya, and we're wondering if it was you or not, you know? So
Yeah.
hopefully that'll be.
Are you guys
Yes.
strategizing? Do you want me to give you time to strategize this?
It'll be nice.
Okay. Okay. Go on.
All right. So if that doesn't go well, they will be defensive and like they won't say anything. They'll try to get information from us, and we'll be truthful. You know, like we're just a commoner, just passing by with some clothes and stuff. You know, I have
With some
clothes.
As opposed to what?
Opposed to suit. And we just respond to their questions, except to the part about I don't think anything can go wrong if we ask nicely.
Here's to crossing our fingers for that.
Our hands, crossing our hands.
Yes. If not, it will just walk off. You know, hopefully they'll be nice enough to let us go. And
Yeah, we can run, I think.
yeah, yeah, I guess that sounds about right. If we fight, you go front.
Oh, okay.
I only got the charms. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Oh
we can head up being like, oh, sorry, you probably sensed us. Sorry to overhear your conversation, but
Yes. So the question is, do I want to go like really, really like different accent, or should I just stay to my true self and then?
If you want to go all out, you can.
I think Kay would appreciate no oohs.
Don't worry, I will do it in a different way.
Oh. Okay.
Should I be?
I have no
normal?
plans on my end, but I'll go with the flow. All right, we go. We shall go and die. Inside.
All right. Well, you're not necessarily going inside, but you'll meet them halfway. So,
Okay.
like I said, you will be in sight and in earshot.
So we
All right. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, I see now. So yeah, so Latte and Kumar head out from the shrubs, you know, leaves and hair and everything. Just kidding. But you guys did look like you did walk quite a distance, in which it was. And as you approach the mill, the doors open, and you see the group approach you. The man, the male voice that you heard, the first voice, speaks up. Who are you? Let's try this
I
again.
forgot conversations start with introductions.
Wait a second, brain fart. Let me just. How to socialize again?
Wait, we
Talk to
you
people.
wait. You guys really did send the most socially awkward people.
All right, let's start over.
Okay, okay. So you guys, okay, rewind. You guys, you guys slowly approach the mill as the group approaches the outdoors, and you guys meet halfway. One of the voices speaks out, and you recognize it as the first voice to speak. Who are you?
Good evening. Good evening. I am Kumar. Just Kumar. What is? Who are you?
I would also introduce myself in the mix. So, and then I think it would be better to say, sorry to have probably startled you. We just heard something interesting.
So you're listening in on our conversation.
I said sorry about that, but shows the poster. Were you all looking for this person?
The female voice spoke up. Well, it is rude to eavesdrop. We are. Do you have information?
I mean, besides from this poster, I am not sure. I did hear that you guys were around here, like the ones who put up the posters. So I was wondering if we could get more information about her, so we can help find, and by accident we overheard your conversation on our way here. So
The female voice speaks up again. That seems logical. But in exchange for information, we need information as well.
yes, my name. I shared my name. You guys did not share my name. This is not equivalent. I shared my name.
Why are you using the name?
The first male voice speaks up again. I don't think you're in the position to ask for names here.
Oh. Okay.
And he does, the weapon in hand slightly hightens. He heightens in direction towards Kumar.
Dang, out of character. Dang, I have like literally nothing, and they already put the. I literally have a cape, and that's it. I feel
like, okay, hold on.
No
We're not
weapon, bro.
looking for violence, please. Sir.
I may have a cape, and I might feel like a hero, but I have nothing.
Okay, to be fair, but if some strange people you didn't recognize eavesdropped on your conversation, demanding information and names, would you give it to them?
Yeah, I mean, I gave mine.
I mean, that is logical.
I can't stand you.
Is he wrong, though?
I can't stand you either.
I'm demanding information, and I gave my name out, They were asking me about my name.
The female voice speaks up. Jeffrey, calm down.
Oh.
My name is Victoria, and this is our captain. Jeffrey, we're we're mercenaries traveling, looking for information on the person on your poster there.
I see. Part 2 of
Sorry, I have to look for my push the button. I see. Yeah.
What else? How do we even... Can't...
So she speaks up again. So, as I have asked before, do you have information?
Okay, even though I'm not present in the situation, would maybe suggest that you've seen someone who looks like her.
Yeah. We do have some information. We did have a weird occurrence yesterday, and
earlier this day or whatever.
yeah, and during that time we did see someone very similar to her, and when we saw the poster, it got even our attention because we're not really around from here, but we still want to do some stuff, so it might help you find her faster.
Like we know, we think we saw her in this area, in this town. So
yeah.
Jeffrey speaks up. So you saw her. You're saying you did see her.
We think
Yeah,
we saw her.
but that was before the poster.
Yes.
You guys seem a little bit nervous.
Because we...
I mean...
Well, looks at your sword really hard.
We're
I'm
really
kind of
just
weaponless.
came here like a day ago. I'm like, I don't want to fight here. I think you have a cool sword if I have a cape.
I like your sword when it's not pointed at me, sir.
He does lower it, noticing that he probably should not put his guard up for too long. You two do seem like the type that don't even hold a kitchen knife, right?
You're correct. How did you know? Oh, wow. You're being well trained. Wow.
I didn't say that with a straight face. So the female voice speaks up again. We were hired by someone to look for this person, to look for this woman. So if you happen to know of her whereabouts, we would appreciate it if you shared it with us.
I see. And do we know why she disappeared in the first place?
The two glance at each other. And then they look back at you. The male speaks up and he says, "We were never given that information by our employer. We're just mercenaries hired to do what we... hired to do things. We do what we're told. No questions asked."
I see. That is very honorable of you.
I feel
Okay.
like we're a moot point. We can't get any information out of them. But I mean, we technically... If they don't know, then we're just like, what? Or they're not obligated to tell us anything, even though I think they know more than they're letting on. I don't know how to pull it out of them.
I see you guys are struggling. So here, I offer you this. In your exchange with the two, you failed to realize that the third voice was not there.
I knew it.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I'll give it to you guys. Yes, you guys were under a lot of pressure. And so...
Okay, but Kay has
You heard-
some sticks, so...
Kay has twigs. They can do everything.
I mean, you start out with wooden tools in Minecraft. Who's to say that she can't use them?
Oh my god, stop! Oh my god. I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm just arguing my point. What happens if she can actually, like, smack him or something?
Oh, okay, let's not smack people with weapons with sticks, okay? As narrator, I plead, do not do that. So, the owner of the third voice had been sneaking around without you guys noticing. It's fair. You guys were focused on the weapons pointed towards you. Totally understand. You know. But that's when you hear him call, "Hey, Captain! I found 2 roaches in the bushes."
Okay, I'm mad now.
Latte, excuse me, sir. We'll actually pick a fight while restrained.
I won't say he lays his hands on you, but he does motion towards where you guys are hiding, and that calls everyone's attention away from Kumar and Latte and towards Kay and Isabel. There's a bit of a silence, and that's when it dawned on them. What did you say? What?
Cough, cough, cricket noise.
Latte was just clearing her throat, but I will put in now. I'm putting Isabel behind me to maybe protect her.
Oh, that's so sweet of you guys, protecting someone you probably just met.
Well, technically yes, but also
It's been a few hours.
so
It's been a few hours. We bonded with Fredward.
if we can bond with Fredward for spending 30 minutes with him, who's to say that a few hours doesn't make a difference, you know?
You know, for some reason, Kumar imprinted onto Fredward for some reason. He's like a little baby duckling when it comes to Fredward. That's different.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright. So, Isabel is behind Kay, but everyone had seen her at that point. That's when their weapons lower. They found her. So they look to your the captain. As you know, Jeffrey, at this point, looks towards both the Latte and Kumar and asks, "Are they with you?"
I look at Latte and
we don't
I-
have a Braincell. Hold on.
Take your time. It's okay.
is it too late to say ooh now?
Yes, it's too late to say uwu now.
Dang it.
Dang it. Where did my 16 charm go?
You wasted it by not using it. I gave you adequate time to use it.
That's true.
That is very true.
I think it would be safest to say that we are with them. Just because, like, if we weren't, then we're gonna be split off, like, I feel like for sure, and then treated as a possible enemy? Question mark? Since
Yeah.
You guys are suspicious for sure, but
But if Kay is protecting Isabel, and then we're out front trying to gather more information, I think they'd infer that we were looking for her safety. So, I think it would be nice.
I mean, I'm fine with anything as long as we don't fight them because I'm more capable to be a jester rather than a fighter. So I'm just gonna say the safe option and say yeah. I don't want to lie too much.
I will say you guys wouldn't be fighting at this point in time.
Oh, the power of
Yeah.
Isabel.
Yeah.
We need her.
You guys are not. You're not. You're not going to be fighting at this point in time.
Okay, okay. So I feel like yeah, we should just be truthful to our character, you know? Cough, cough.
Does Kay agree?
Alright.
Yes, that's fine.
So, in that you guys do answer, well, you know, see, funny story. The whole kind of knowing, kind of seeing her, yeah. That's what we meant.
I promise, we
Jeff-
only saw her for the first time today, though.
Ah, that's a good point. You're right.
I didn't lie.
Mhm.
It's a good thing you mentioned that. Victoria speaks up and she says, "This is wonderful." Glenn, or the third voice at that point, speaks up. He's like, "Yeah, I can finally go home." enough with this BS mission. Haha, see? I censored myself.
Good job.
Patch.
And in the confusion, realistically speaking, they weren't sure how to react to the situation, not expecting to actually find Isabel. So the first thing they could think of is to invite you guys in. Victoria speaks up. Lady Isabel, we need you to come inside. And you can bring your friends with you. Sorry. Had to breathe.
Yes, lungs. Important.
Yes. All right. So you guys head inside of the mill, and there you see it's not an ordinary mill. While you can see that there were remnants of just storage going on in there, you can tell that they had made camp or made base in this area. You guys gather around. They offer you seats at their table as they stand around you, and that's when they properly introduce themselves. Jeffrey speaks up. Hang on, gotta pull up my notes again. I forgot the names.
It's like, yes, adjust glasses.
He speaks up. Yes, okay. So he speaks up. I'm Jeffrey Speedwagon. I'm the captain of this unit. This is Victoria Grimm. He points to the female that had been talking with you guys. And this is Glenn. Glenn Grimm. They're both siblings. That's not what he says, but I want you guys to know that.
Okay.
Yeah. They are part of my crew in search for Isabel, the woman on your poster, and the woman sitting with us right now.
Well, I do just want to say one thing.
What?
Speedwagon.
Okay.
But you can't say anything because I know people with last names like that, so
Okay.
that's why I tried my best.
So, fun fact, this plot was sort of... The plot itself wasn't used before, but we had, with all my friends, online friends, we had this small little series where we made up our own little characters and we played along, and it was a hot mess, but it was pretty fun. And they created their own significant interests, romantic interests, that they would have to sit through really deep and cringy shoujo manga otome game scenes, because I got isekai'd into an otome game, and so these characters are them.
Wait, does that mean mine is here too?
Not yet.
Oh. Oh!
She said not yet. She said not yet.
My only
Come on, you
Just
can't
hope.
simp no more. You can't simp for Frederick, whatever his face is.
Fredward! Fredward! Frederick is the name of my...
heart.
My only question is this person a fan of JoJo?
Yeah, they were inspired.
That's all I wanted
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah, like I said, it was a mess. Really, yeah, so his name is Jeffrey Speedwagon, and we have Victoria and Glenn Grimm. They are siblings. Victoria speaks up. So we're going back into the narration. So Victoria speaks up, and she says, "We're sorry to have treated you with a lot of hostility. However, we do come from a line of work that, especially in this time, requires us to be very cautious of who we let in and what information we give them."
In this time?
In these trifling times, yes. I'm just kidding.
Well,
You got the ye old plague I sniff out.
She nods and looks towards Jeffrey. They both glance over to Isabel, and before they answer, they ask, "How much of your life do you remember?" Isabel shakes her head, unsure of what is going on, but she does speak up. "I don't remember much, but I do feel like this place is familiar, and you guys are too." There's a sense of deja vu, I guess.
Ooh.
Sorry, I leave pauses just to let you guys comment if you want to comment.
Well, we were just like...
Comment.
Oh my god. I
Kumar
can't
being
stand
ever
you, Kumar.
literal.
But they nod. Glenn at this point is just quiet. Partially because I don't want to think of lines for him. He gets the energy he gives, you know. If he wants to be a sarcastic butt, I'm going to be a sarcastic butt to him. We love him. We love him, though. He's actually very crucial to this plot.
Oh.
Yeah.
So jumping into the conversation.
That was fine.
I just, just naturally just tried to hop in and join and make some friends, and
Wait, okay, hang on. The last time you tried to make friends,
The opposite happened.
the opposite happened on a
Really?
large scale.
I don't remember this. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I have seemed to have suffered from the amnesia.
Anyways, okay, go on.
So you guys are mentioning deja vu, huh? Very, very funny. I feel like I have a deja vu too. Cough, cough.
Isabel feels deja vu. Not
Oh.
necessarily.
Can I hop in here? Since they asked how much Isabel remembers, I am maybe thinking that we might not be the only ones that could have suffered this amnesia.
But we were still dressed in our freaking PJs, and Kumar in his 3-piece suit. So
Well, that doesn't go to say that there might have been a chance that other people might have been transported to this world before us.
Very true.
Although I don't think that's the plot that Jelli's going for.
I'm not going to comment on any of your theories.
yeah.
Everything sounds wonderful.
Damn.
Oh.
Yes. He's gonna take it.
No,
Uh,
I have it figured out.
Notes.
Interesting. No, I already have a basis for what I want to go about with this. So
Okay,
you guys are just going to have to suffer through not knowing.
So, damn it. Well, since we're
But you
with,
can... Oh, go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
since we're with Isabel, I think that they're more willing to talk. And since they did ask how much Isabel remembers, and I'm pretty sure Isabel wants to know what happened to her past too, it's like, I asked them, how do you know that she lost her memory?
At this point, Glenn speaks up. Because she didn't blah, 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 sorry.
A Bulbasaur?
No! At this point, he speaks up. We know because she didn't recognize me or my sister. We grew up together.
Oh.
Childhood friends.
Opity op op.
Wait.
Is this their
Oh.
hometown?
No.
Latte tries to make a big brain play, falls through.
No.
That makes me surprised at Glenn's attitude then.
He's a butt.
Okay, just because he's a butt, that's all.
There it goes into that, but you have to meet more characters to sort of go about it. And honestly, the situation he's put in where he had to.
Well, you don't have to go into it. It's
Yeah.
okay if it's too.
It's part of the plot. We haven't gotten
He-
there yet.
I mean, I already hinted that he didn't like the idea of having to go on a search for the heiress to begin with. I'll just put it that way. Because realistically speaking, if you lived a comfy life before, why would you throw it all away? I mean, yeah, they're your friend, but it just goes into his characteristics, okay? Ready? Okay? Okay. Anyways. There's a bit of shock in Isabel's face. There is, and when you look closer to Glenn, there is a bit of mixed emotions, a bit of irritation, a bit of hurt, a bit of tenderness.
Oh.
Yeah. Essentially, he's a mean character, but he means well as well. But so Isabella speaks up. We grew up together? Yeah. You, me, her, my sister, and the other guy.
Oh, so Jeffrey's also part of the mix, huh?
I mean, technically, but they didn't meet them. But he wasn't referring to Jeffrey. But yeah. Jeffrey nods, and for the most part, we have been close growing up. I guess you could say. Don't think you're suspicious, since, as I've said before, you don't look like you can even hold a knife correctly.
Screams. Are you wrong?
I don't know. I don't. Why are you screaming?
Why are you screaming?
Why are you screaming? There's still a lot. I don't know if we can give information we can give you, but we'll try and answer as much as we can. So this is question. So you guys can ask any questions, and either three of them will answer. Won't have Isabel ask questions so much because then I would just be talking the entire time.
So it is.
Okay, well, I can guess
So-
who hired them. Are we allowed to know that?
Victoria shakes her head. No.
Well,
Unfortunately,
So then is there anything we can know about Isabel? Since she doesn't seem to
sorry.
remember much of anything.
I was trying to word it, but essentially Victoria had said he's in a position where his identity cannot be given.
Her identity can Isabel... Sorry, you're like crunchy. You came in really crunchy.
I was saying in response to the other question, I was going to give dialogue, sorry. I was just trying to word it, but in response to the question of who hired them, the person is in a position where his identity cannot be known as of right now. Mm-hmm.
so he's rich. Got it.
And then in terms of anything towards Isabel, we'll try and answer to the best of our ability.
So
I mean, we did hear about the prince, right?
That's true.
The prince wanted her back or something because of their love or something.
Should we just be frank that we heard that?
I think yes, because they already knew that there was.
That we're there.
Yeah.
So we might as well just be upfront with the information.
Yeah.
Or because you're talking to us now, you still can't say anything to us. Even though we probably know who your employer is.
I mean, you can go that route.
Just for the fact that their childhood, well, two of them were childhood friends with Isabel, I feel like they're more likely to be not violent with us or put her to a violent fate. So I think it's okay to let them know what we know.
So we can just be like, so we heard up to here in your conversation. We'll be honest, so that if it somehow comes up later, you know, you know that we know. But if you can't tell us what we heard earlier is anywhere applicable, we won't say anything.
All right, so is that the route that you're going?
What do you think, Kumar?
Oh, about telling them?
Yeah, or letting them know that we know it's like a...
It might be related to the prince.
Oh, I mean, do you think that we'll get more information if we do share that? Like, let's say we tell them, like, oh yeah, I mean, we did hear you guys talk about the prince and something about the love, but they're like, oh, what? You guys heard that too? It's like, yeah, we did, and then I don't know where would they go from that?
Suddenly they're like, we have to kill you now.
that would be very tragic.
Honor! How dare you!
First bad end.
You have ruined my honor for being a missionary, not missionary, a merchant.
A missionary.
Sorry, I was thinking Viva la Vida and a missionary came up. Yeah, and yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't think we'll get
Interrogation tactics.
Yeah, I don't see any benefit if we do say it, unless. I mean, we can't just assume for now that we know that it's the prince.
Or do we want to disclose that information to them, that we know it?
Or at least we heard that part of the conversation, so we're kind of assuming.
All right. I guess yeah. Let's just tell them then.
Put it in conjecture, like if it happens to be related to certain royalty and a certain relationship.
So you want to imply it, but not
Yeah.
necessarily speak it out.
In case
All right.
that causes issues, I guess.
Future problems.
They don't necessarily. Oh. So there's a pause, as in possibly a reluctance to answer or indicate anything. But you can tell there's a bit of a tension in the room at the mention of, or implication of royalty. Jeffrey speaks up. I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Okay, so we move on. Do we know when Isabel went missing? I just stand up, throw my arms out like, okay! Next thing!
The next time we might be go missing.
I don't think they'd kill us off that quickly. Hopefully.
You guys aren't in any danger at the moment. The tension isn't towards you guys.
Yeah, they're just being merchants, you know.
Mercenary.
No, merchants.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess
Pate did ask
we'll
a
just
broad
take
question.
that as yeah.
Do you guys have any more questions?
Well, since when did
I get-
the princess go, or not princess, Isabel go missing?
So this is okay. So as the narrator speaking, this is where you're going to notice that there is going to be a time difference in terms of the two different worlds that you guys come from, because their answer is going to say a few months at least. So while I can't give you the details on how time works in our world, or the world that we perceive our, versus this world, we can just hold, in your mind, retain that information that time works differently between both places. And I'll give you this answer because sometimes you guys bounce around and get totally different answers. So
since you said that time is measured differently, are their seasons the same?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, language differences. It's just the rate in which time passes is faster in this world than our world.
Okay, so like for one day in this world would be like 1 week for them. Like, just as an example.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In that sort of sense, yes. So yeah. So Jeffrey speaks up and mentions she's been missing for at least a few months.
That's crazy.
Damn. And can we know their intentions now that they have her, what they're going to do?
We are hired. Jeffrey speaks up. We are hired to find her and bring her back safely.
Important to note safely.
However, as Victoria has implied, it's not going to be easy because of the situation that the kingdom in itself has been thrown into.
And go ahead, Kumar.
And this is them not necessarily confirming nor denying your implications.
Okay.
Oh, I was
I
just
have a
gonna say
theory,
like,
but Kumar, go ahead.
oh, this is in character. So we can all agree that we want Isabel to be safe, as you guys are childhood friends of Isabel, even if you guys are merchants in the foremost. But inside, you guys know that you guys are childhood friends of her, and we also want her safety. So we can all be in the same page that we do not want her to be in a dangerous place. So that's why we're asking all this question. I'm just I just want to make some friends,
I'm just a little lonely,
Yes.
Glenn speaks up, yeah. But it's not going to be easy, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yes.
stops. And then Victoria speaks up. To put it lightly, the kingdom is going through a lot of a struggle right now due to the disappearance of two very important figures.
Two important figures.
They know that I'm missing. Dang it.
Kumar.
All right, tuxedo mask.
I mean, I still have the, I'm covering my face still.
And
They don't know I'm a beast man.
His 3-piece suits too.
yes, I can just wear that and just walk around like, oh, who is that man? You can go on with the theory.
Sorry, what was that?
We can go on with your curious, is what he said.
Oh, okay. Well, what I just want to get out of the way, I think we can offer to them if they need extra help, since it sounds like they're a bit in trouble or it's going to be difficult for us to help accompany them, since we also want Isabel to be safe. And then my theory is being that, well, I'm guessing that Isabel is one of the important figures that went missing. And also that maybe the turmoil is happening because of this love ? Between the prince and her.
Like
Cringe.
I said, I'm not going to comment on it.
It's just my 2 cents, my thoughts.
Yeah.
But I do propose.
So we can all agree. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, or I think we're all in the agreement that we want Isabel to get there safely, and we're willing to accompany them for that.
Yes, yes, and then the two important people that are missing is Isabel and me. Yes, we can all agree on that. All right, thank you. All right, let's move on.
We gotta argue at least Latte and Kay's case then to accompany them, because we're just extra dead weight if we're with them. And they're heading back. Right?
Oh, true. We're kind of useless.
I.e. can't even hold a kitchen knife, right?
I feel like they can make us useful.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Kumar does have a point.
It's funny too. Go on.
Yeah, like, while we are currently useless, I have faith in our abilities to learn.
Which is so funny because the reason why they made the comment that they did is because of the times that they are in, but also because you guys can't hold the kitchen knife. That poor kitchen knife. So you guys do offer offer to help, is what I'm getting from this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. That is met with a lot of reluctant looks.
I'm sorry. See?
However, they don't disagree.
And I mean, it might
And
do good to have some random civilian type figures. Takes the pressure off of them from looking like royal.
mm-hmm. And here's why. So in this world, there are different types of classes, and with that being said, yes, magic and things like that are relevant in this world, but there's a sort of aura that you can have in this world that indicates your own potential towards different affinities.
Ooh.
Like whether you're better with melee weapons, with potion making, with healing, and just magic altogether. They do sense that in you guys. So there is potential for you guys. And that being said, we're going to introduce classes at least. It's not that extensive, but there's quite a few. And there are a few locked classes that you can't really get into until we go further into plot.
Hi.
So we do have warrior classes, which are obviously the warriors. We have the Royal Paladin. It's locked. It's a class dedicated to the royal family and select elite warriors. Heavy armor warrior with a specialty in melee weapons. They tend to use heavy weapons or two-handed weapons. I'll copy and paste this for you guys or send it to you guys separately, but I'm just going to read it out. There's a knight, a common heavy armor class with a specialty in melee weapons. A majority of the kingdom's army will consist of this class type. They tend to use heavy weapons or two-handed weapons. A mercenary, a common adventure warrior class with a specialty in melee weapons. They are able to wield heavy two-handed weapons or lighter one-handed weapons. We have rogues, a light weapon wielder, DPS class, an agile warrior with specialty in various poisons and herbal medicines.
I'm sorry, I'm a noob. What is a DPS?
Damage per second. To be fair, that's another way to go about it is like burst damage, but I use DPS just because it makes more sense for that. We have magical classes. This is we have the battle mage. It is a locked class. It is a rare class, a specialty of the Equith dukedom. Requires intense physical training as well as magical affinity. This class tends to be able to use basic elemental magic, but tend to focus their magic on buffs on allies and debuffs on enemies. We have a civil mage. So I introduced these as magical classes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Me not being able to remember the last 2 seconds.
It's okay, none of us have a brain cell today.
Yeah. civil mage, mages that tend to work with the magical tower. They tend to use their magic for magical research with the intention of possible industrialization. A witch or wizard, magical users that use offensive magic. They'll usually use elemental magic, fire, water, earth, air, metal, and alchemy. Dark magicians are dark magic users. Usage of dark magic is uncommon in the kingdom, but isn't rare compared to battle mages. They specialize in curses, debuffs, and can manipulate shadows. Necromancers, also dark magic users. Usage of dark magic is uncommon in the kingdom, but isn't rare. These dark magic users' specialty are manipulation of dead bodies. While the use of this magic is justified on monsters to some, the usage of these magic on humans is forbidden and illegal.
That's expected.
That's fair, right?
It's fair.
And then we have we have a priest, healer, medical class. They are usually affiliated with the church, and that assign priests to help with sanctioned adventurers or even with the army. And we have long range classes. We have the hunter. They're light weapon, so they're the typical bow and arrow. DPS long range class, typically an agile type warrior with an affinity with nature and wildlife. And then sharpshooter, long range warrior, tend to use crossbows or, with magical research, guns. The introduction of guns. So there is industrialization in this world.
Cool.
But guns are only compatible with users with magical affinity.
Damn it.
Hey, you could have it. Who knows?
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so those are your classes.
That was a lot.
It was a lot to take in. But that being said, I can introduce the battle system. We finally... 2 hours! 2 hours! The first hour, and then the second 2 hour for this entire stream, I finally get to introduce battle systems. And I've mentioned this in the beginning of the stream, and I continue to mention this. This could have been in the first episode, but you guys kept diverting from my script so much, and I got to the point where I just tossed everything away. I was like, yes, guys, maybe we should. I imply something or try to subtly get you guys to make a certain decision. And you're like, no, let's not.
But what if?
Okay. So this is, and I've mentioned this before, it's not going to be like D&D where it's dice rolls as much as we memed on that one dice roll. It's going to be attacks and their damages are going to be indicated by either coin flips or spelling.
The spelling is going to snipe us.
And so when I explain it to you, it sort of makes sense. So with the physical attacks, they're determined by a coin toss because, I mean, realistically speaking, while you can train your hit and your strength, it still depends on luck and aim.
You hit or you don't.
Yeah. So you'll be given 3 flips. Misses are determined if you just can't flip the coins correctly. Normal attacks are determined by flipping correctly at least 1 to 2 times, and the critical attacks are determined by flipping correctly all 3 times. It seems fair, right?
Mm.
There's room for you guys to actually do damage.
You can actually do something.
Right. It's just because from my experiences through various types of D&D style games, it never worked.
So what happens if we just a critical miss is still a thing though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I cry.
I hope, fingers crossed, it never comes to that. And so, magical attacks are determined by a quick time spelling quiz. You will be given 3 words to spell from. Misses are determined if you can't spell any words correctly. Normal attacks are determined by spelling at least 1 to 2 words correctly. And critical attacks are determined by spelling all the words correctly.
You're gonna be the reason why I start reading a dictionary.
This is why I also didn't invite Punchan, because every time I would give Punchan a word, he'd spell it correctly.
That is very correct. Yes.
Can we phone a friend then?
No!
Okay, bye.
Kumar, please have Poonchan on speed dial.
Yep.
And then, so another thing is, normal attacks hit for 2 damage. And then this number multiplies by character's level. If the character is level 5, then the normal attack hits at 10, for example. And that's just in case you have, like, giant boss battles, which we might have. Critical attacks hit for 5 damage, and then obviously with the logic that the last one is, this number will multiply by the character's level. Typically, I won't be strict about giving out XP if you happen to successfully go through a battle or other missions like that. You guys will get level up. And then we also have attribute effects that hit for another 2 damage. And this applies to attacking a class or an element that's weaker than them. And then, so I won't necessarily go into too much detail with this because that's a lot to speak on. I'll send everything in a cohesive like document. But essentially, it's similar to like how Fire Emblem does it, where, oh, if I have a giant axe, obviously it'll do more damage against someone with a bow because they don't have the equipment for that as a class to defend.
Kind of like type advantages.
Yeah, exactly. Type advantages in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And that's the battle system.
Hey. So does that mean we're in story about to get attacked?
No.
Okay.
So this is where I want to ask, do we want to continue or do we want to leave where we are and then go off into and wait for next stream?
I think next stream, because we already almost did an hour 30. So
Yep, that's fine by me. Hold off till next time.
Kumar?
Oh, yeah.
Kumar's like, I
Kumar
wanted to
checked
fight
out.
someone.
Oh wait.
I want to have superpowers.
I mean, I do want to do some cool things, but we are going.
So,
for a
okay.
while now.
If you were
Yeah,
to
yeah.
continue, we would just do a training montage, which essentially you choose your class and then you'll get to use it. But it is true, we have been going on for almost an hour and a half, and we're not sure how long this training montage will take.
Yeah, anything you guys want to, since you guys choose.
I
I
have
am
a little more
fine.
time to look over the classes a
yeah.
little more
Okay.
carefully.
That's fair. That's fair. So with that, we are concluding with us finding out that the mercenaries that we were so afraid of weren't so scary after all. And it
Times
helped us
2.
go times 2, and it helped us look at that plot progression.
Jelli can stop crying. At least
Oh
for
my
now.
God. I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, every time, I don't think my mic picked it up, but every time you would go, I'm just like, oh my God. I'm just like, hands on my head. I'm
You just hear the but
Please.
what if?
and I'm like, I don't have enough. At that point, yeah, actually halfway through that stream, I had to toss my script. I didn't have a script.
You're just like, what are these bitches doing? Like, I'm trying to go somewhere. They keep on telling us to stop.
That's why Fredward was born. There was never a Fredward to begin with. Fredward was never a character.
No! My friend Ward will never come back.
The guys that you talked to, they were never named. You asked for their names. I'm like, ah, shoot.
Why to ask their names? What? Everyone matters. Everyone matters in my heart, and especially Fredwood. Fredwood has a special place in my heart.
Wait. So you guys found out a little more information in terms of Isabel, but not a lot, and just because they can't in the position that they are where they're at. I mean, do you guys have any theories that you wanna? I know Kay has been sharing a lot of theirs. Are there any theories that you guys want to share?
Head
Same with the
empty.
chat. I mean, I know a lot of people joined in later, but
You need to get closer.
Head empty.
My theory
Says
is
far away from the mic.
oh.
Sorry, go ahead, Kumar.
Yeah, my theory is that having a friend that also DMs a lot and does a lot of the plot and stuff, and they told me a little secret, especially if they're scripted. Their script is like on the fly. They don't, prepare much. They prepare like 3 sentences beforehand or something. They
prepared
tell me
nothing.
that, yeah. So they tell me that like whenever we are theorizing in front of them and like in the whole group when we're like so crazy, like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen, like, oh maybe this is gonna happen, you're just listening in and like, I'm gonna not do any of that. you're just basically just getting all the information that's like, oh okay, that's generic, I'm gonna not follow that and just figure out something that's not that.
Ah, yes.
And we're all like, the punch, is that right? Is that right? I'm like, I'm not going to say anything, You might be close, you might be not close, but actually you didn't prepare anything at all, so you're just going to, like, just not do anything that they said. Yeah, so that's my theory, that there's nothing, and we're just theorizing and, like, for nothing.
So everything that Kay has proposed in the last 2 streams are now invalid.
Like I said, I have a good portion of the plot thought up in my head. But I'm not going to indicate whether something is right or wrong because I do like giving you guys that freedom. And also, who knows? Maybe something might come up that I'm like, yes.
Oh, if that's the case, I would like to theorize that one of the important person is Isabel, right? The other one is Onodera Kosaki. I'm
gonna tell you no. No.
No, wait, don't ruin my dreams. You said you're not gonna say yes or no.
Oh, yeah, I just went. I gotta shop on that one.
Dang it, my dreams, my only hopes and dreams are gone.
No. Nope. And soon, that word's gonna be banned from my server.
Wait, what? That word is banned? Why? You even used your nickname.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. That's good.
But yeah, so I have a good portion of the plot. I mean, I'm not gonna try and spoil anything, but technically, you'll get to it. Probably sooner than later, actually.
Maybe next stream.
If we can get through the training montage without you guys hurting yourselves.
You have too high hopes for us. So you're saying the next stream, right?
Yes. Oh, so that being said, that's correct. Oh wait, no.
No, Jelli has 1 stream.
One more stream before
we introduce our lack of logic series.
So we'll have next stream on Wednesday at the same time, which is
the 17th.
Yeah, February the 17th, Wednesday at 8 p.m. PST. I will actually have that entire. No, I won't have that week off. I was gonna say if I did, we could do it a little earlier, but no. But yeah, this coming end of month Wednesday, February 24th, we're going to introduce the Lack of Logic stream, which is going to be closer to D&D. And it's K's genre! Yay! Patch.
Oh, no. Look forward to it.
Okay,
No comment. All right. So with that, we're going to end our stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Even if you came in late, we're glad to have you here to join us.
Yeah,
We will
thanks
be
for coming in.
posting the VODs. Yeah. We will be posting the VODs. So if you guys want, you can like, comment. Let me know your theories. I do want to know what everyone thinks is going to happen.
I think Onodera is gonna appear in
No.
the next episode.
Jelly really
You said you
saying.
want to know. I'm just like to be here right now.
And we should have a video coming out this coming Sunday. We shall see.
Alrighty, well, thanks for watching, y'all.